Okay, so it's a new day, and I'm outside the Casa Batillo Gaudi. I don't know how you say it. You can kind of see it right there. That's it. But Gaudi is the Antonio Gaudi. I don't know if that's how you say it, but that's how I'm going to say it. Is essentially the main architect in Barcelona. Anything cool that's a tourist attraction was made by him. And so this was designed by him. He always has that like weird stone stuff that sticks out. He also designed the park that I was at yesterday for the picnic. And he also designed Sagrada Familia, which is what we'll see later. It's a really big cathedral here. So you'll see that in a bit. But yeah, just thought I'd start the day vlogging. Right now, today, like yesterday I saw a lot of stuff, so right now I'm just kind of walking down the street and I have to find shoes and sunscreen because I got a little burn on my neck yesterday, so I'm like, I should get sunscreen now. And my shoes, I need shoes. My feet are so sore from yesterday from walking around in flip-flops, so I definitely need shoes. And then, what was the other thing? My cell phone, I mentioned before when I got here, it wasn't working. So I'm going to try to bring it to a shop and just be like, yo, do you know what's wrong with this thing? So hopefully they can help. So yeah, that's what my plan is right now. Then I'll just circle. I want to see the Arc de Triomphe and some stuff like that. But I'm not getting, the main thing left I have is the Sagrada Familia. But I'm saving that for with Matt, and we can go up in it. So that'll be cool. So yeah, right now I'll be shopping and stuff. So no worries about being here for that. I won't film that. It'll just be boring. But yeah, when I get to something cool, I'll make sure to turn you guys back on. So yeah, peace. So I'm quite happy. I finally found the shoes. Finally found some shoes that were like not ridiculously expensive and were still pretty comfortable. And I forget, I haven't bought shoes in a while. How much do shoes cost in Canada? Because I feel like it was super expensive here, which it shouldn't be. This is, by the way, there's like a rail car. There's one right there that breezes across. That's why I was filming it, but I don't think you can see it that far anymore. And this is like a little mall area crossing the water that tons of people come to. But anyways, I feel because like the average price is like 60 euros, which I feel is like ridiculously expensive. I got these for 26 euro, which is pretty good, I think. And my feet thank me, so that's good. But yeah, I'm happy I finally got shoes. And this is a nice little walk area. It's a nice little bridge. There's a port area over here, water. There's a bunch of people, so it's just cool. But yeah, right now I am walking to, there's like a garden park with a bunch of fountains, and I don't know what's there actually, but it looked cool, so I'm going to go see that. Then I'm going to go see the Arc de Triomphe. And then I'm going to just chill a bit at the Matt's place, and Matt's getting back today, so I can finally see him, and we'll go see, hopefully, maybe tonight, Sagrada Familia. So that's the plan, and maybe see you at the park. So I'm in the small park place right now. So this is it here. There's some fountains, I think, up there a bit. This is the Parliament buildings of Catalonia, apparently. And right up there is the Arc de Triomphe. So we'll see that in a bit. So yeah, finally found it. I'm missing half my map, and like the half I was in was missing, so I was just kind of walking. It was the left side of the map. So I was just pretty much walking right to try to get to the part of the map that I had, so that I could find my way. So I'm happy that I was able to find it. And now I'm just going to kind of check this place out. It's a nice, calm, relaxing day. Feels so much better now that I have shoes. Like, it was like actually getting to me. I was like, I need to find shoes. Exactly. And my feet were hurting. I had to find shoes. It was just in my head. I was like, okay, I need to get this done. And yeah. It was a good thing that I did most of my touring yesterday, because then I didn't have to walk as much today. Go, pigeon! But then again, my feet hurt so much because I walked around a lot yesterday, so there may have been a trade-off. But yeah, anyways, we're just gonna walk around and chill through this park, and then I'll probably turn it back on once I get to the Arc, and you guys can just check it out real quick. So yeah, see you there. So I just found this nice fountain. It's there, and there's like a waterfall going down the middle. And it's just nice. It's got the staircases, so it's just something I thought you'd want to see. Just pretty cool. I thought it was cool. If not, I'm sorry I wasted 15 of your seconds, but that's it. So I am approaching the Arc. If anyone's ever seen the one in France, you'll notice the difference right away, that this one is red. I have no idea why, I was just pointing it out. I wasn't going to like throw in some factors to why, but just pointing out the obvious, it's red. I know in France that after every like victorious battle, they would march their troops through the Arc. So I don't know if that's what this one is for. And we were having this debate, me and Marcus actually. We're like, why was this one built? Was it for like, was it a Napoleon thing? I have no clue. Like, this is just me guessing if this someone just copied someone. I'm marching through it though, still. I am victorious, but I have no clue actually. And Matt's place doesn't really have internet, so I was gonna look it up, but before I came, but I couldn't, so I can't tell you for sure. When you're watching this, you'll be able to look it up and see right away. But yeah, I wonder why that was built, and like who built it. Was it the French, or was it the Spanish on their own, or the Catalonians? I don't know if people know that, by the way. Like, Catalonia is where Barcelona is. It's inside Catalonia. And technically Catalonia is part of Spain, but it's like a Canada-Quebec thing. They kind of consider themselves separate even though they're part of it. So yeah, that's a quick cultural update on that. But yeah, Adri, who was in my group for Group 4, is from here. So if you look at one of our hiking videos, I'm like, yeah, do it for Spain, Adri. And he's like, no, come on, for Catalonia. And I was like, what? And then I found out that was why. But yeah, so that was the update. Right now I'm going to be, this is the street that I have to walk up to get back to Matt's place. It's funny, I've been staying at Matt's place for like 2.5 days and he hasn't been here yet, which is, see, that isn't it great to have friends like that? It's just like, yeah, just stay there. But yeah, there's the Arc, say goodbye. But yeah, I'm going to be getting some groceries and then heading back for some lunch and stuff. A late lunch. In Spain, by the way, they have like dinner at like 9 or 10. So I'm conforming my lunch to fit that. So it's like 2 or 3. So I'm having lunch now and then I'll have dinner later on. So yeah, I'm going to be walking up the street until I get to a grocery store. Then it's back to Matt's place. So I'll probably bust it out when, or bust the camera out when Matt gets here. And then we'll probably go see, hopefully, Sagrada Familia. So see you then. Peace. So we are approaching Sagrada Familia. So this is it. Do you watch How I Met Your Mother, Matt?
Yeah. Well, Once in a Blue Moon.
Oh, Once in a Blue Moon? Because they feature this in one point, because the main guy's an architect.
Yeah. Oh, so, Marshall's an architect, right?
Or Ted. Marshall's the lawyer.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah, there we go.
So yeah, and then, so like he's a university professor and he features this building as like an amazing thing and they talk about it. And I watched it, I think, like 2 weeks ago. I'm like, hey, I'm going there soon, so that's awesome. I get to see it. And yeah, Matt's with me now. Finally, he just came back from Portugal. Where were you in Lisbon?
Yeah,
Lisbon, which is where I'm going in a bit, like maybe a week and a half. So I'll be there later. But yeah, so this is it. We're finally here, and I think we're planning on going up.
Yeah.
Matt, are you vlogging too?
I just want to take video notes, so I remember.
Video notes? Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm not like full on vlogs.
Oh, okay. It's interesting watching other people vlog. But yeah, so we are gonna go. I think you're allowed to go up here. So we are going to go check that out.
Do you know a bit about this building?
I was like, I know a very brief portion just from How I Met Your Mother, but I was just kind of ad-libbing. I'm like, Matt probably knows a lot more. So do you want to give us the lowdown?
Okay, so Gaudi is sort of the gold. He was actually not the first architect to start on this. It was started in 1882 by a different architect, but Gaudi was brought on in 1883. Fun fact about Gaudi, one of his university profs when he was graduating said, "We're either giving a degree to a madman or a genius." You can see which one we ended up with the result.
Yeah.
There's a whole bunch of intricate things here. Like on the other side of the foot of these links on the other side, there is actually a turtle and a tortoise. The turtle for the water side and the tortoise for the land side. But the big one, the dominant thing you're seeing here is the Passion of the Christ on this side, and you'll see the nativity scene on the other side. That's sort of the basic thing, so it's sort of telling the story of Jesus' life. Gaudi actually ended up living in here, believe it or not.
Oh, really? He lived in here?
For the last years of his life. And Gaudi was unfortunately, ended up being run over by a tram was how he died. And they're like, what happened? And that's how they sort of found out that he died, was they just discovered this guy run over by a tram. And he's actually buried in here, and I think he's the only person buried in here.
Oh.
So here we go.
So that's intense, look at that. Boom.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, fun facts. We'll give you some more when we get up there. Okay, so we've just gotten in. So we're close up. We got the audio guide, a lift, like look at all my tickets. So we're seeing the full out thing for this. But yeah, there's symbolic meanings between all these things, and Matt's gonna read through it real quick for us.
Okay, so just running through it, once again, sort of we mentioned the Passion facade, so the Christ crucifixion on the one side, and the glory. I don't know what the glory is, that's new to me. But the other side, of course, is the nativity. I don't really know this part yet because I haven't seen all of this. They teach nativity, passion, and glory, so we'll find out what glory is later. Forward of the evangelists. Once again, I don't know what the evangelists are. And then this is the tower that's going to be peering it over. You can already see it from almost all of the city. Just imagine another probably 30 or 40 meters in height going up.
Yeah, that's crazy. So yeah, they have like 4 towers dedicated to the 4 evangelists. 3 for the teachings of Jesus, which are nativity, passion, and glory. They've got 4 domes on the corners, 12 bell towers representing the 12 apostles, and 1 tower dedicated to the Virgin Mary. So it's just like crazy, like all the stuff built / made to represent for things. So the thing's really, really cool. So yeah, we're gonna go up. We got the audio tour, we got lift tickets, and we got like the entrance fee. So we're doing this full out, so enjoy. It's cheaper for you just to watch than it is for us to actually see this, but I think I like my spot better. But yeah, here we go. Enjoy. Another cool thing, before I start explaining what this face is that the big tower that's in the middle that was dedicated to Jesus, it goes exactly 170 meters high, which is as high as the highest mountain or point or something like that in Barcelona. And that was done on purpose because Gaudi said that no man-made creation should be taller than God's creations. So he made sure it was like the same height or whatever. So that's pretty cool. And then so for this front face of the wall, this represents the Last Supper, and then it kind of goes like an S. So this is like Judas selling Jesus out and the troops coming. This stone here represents Jesus' loneliness, apparently. And it shows him holding a pillar. And it's sectioned off into 4 parts, so you can see the slices. And that's supposed to represent like the 4 parts on the cross. And then there's 3 steps, which are supposed to represent the 3 days he was on the cross. And then it says coincidentally when the guy was sculpting it, there was a palm leaf right by the bottom of his right foot, and that represents apparently martyrdom. So that's coinkydink. And anyway, so it goes down over there to what's his name, Pilate or something, the guy who sentenced Jesus. Him deliberating. You can see him right there thinking what he should do. And there's Jesus there with a bunch of thorns on his head. Then it shows Jesus over there carrying his cross, and then there's him being crucified. So it's like crazy. It's like it's like the last sequence of events of Jesus' life, like sculpted out in the face of the church. So that's so cool. This guy was 31 and he designed this, and he knew. Gaudi was born in the 1800s and he died in like 1926, just to give you an idea of how recent this was. So he knew he was going to die. Well, he didn't know he was going to get hit by a tram, obviously, but he knew he was going to die before this was completed. So he didn't quickly, I'm sure. He drew out how he wanted it to be done so that they could follow it. So that's what they're doing right now. They're still working on it. I don't know if I mentioned, but 2020 is when they expect it to be done. And so it's like €15 to get in here and see all this and get the tours and stuff. But I really don't. That doesn't really faze me just because I know. Oh, it says right on the ticket that most of the proceeds go to the finishing of this church, which is pretty cool because like this thing's awesome. So yeah, that's just a quick brief thing that I wanted to give you, because just like there's churches that are just like, okay, it's a cool cathedral, but this one's just like awesome. It's super cool. Like, yeah, it's just like there's no traditional stuff. It's all done in the Gothic style, which is really cool. So yeah, I'm sure there'll be more to see. and then yeah, I'll show it to you. Ready for our tour?
Let's keep going.
So I thought I'd give you a quick inside look of it. So this is the front. Look at that. Oh, it's so cool. How cool the roof is. And we're going to be going up in towers and stuff like this. So cool. Awesome.
Right here.
Okay, so there's the art museum, and the castle that I was looking at, or what that I was at yesterday is way over there, and I was looking at this from over there. And so, as you can see from the elevator, we're high up right now. Pretty high up. Matt's already went in. And apparently there's a bridge you cross. Hopefully I don't get vertigo going high this thing. But yeah, we are up by these towers. Sorry. There you are. I got caught in between a picture. Man, if you had vertigo, this would mess you up. This is sketchy.
It's also been sort of low on the light here.
Yeah.
Jeez, God, you wouldn't mind a window over too.
Yeah, I know. They face down. There's like so many interesting facts that I want to just like spew out right now. Yeah. But it's like, there's so many that it's just like...
Well, the one that stands out to me right now that I'm thinking about is because of the lack of light, is how he talks about light is sort of like you don't want too much. The theory of churches is not to just throw in a whole bunch of light, you gotta get the right amount. So he starts combining colors and all this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's crazy. So he's like, yeah, there's not too much light, but there's not too little.
So how do you get across the thing with Jacob? Let's just keep going.
I will follow you. Do you guys want to look down? I'll hold on tight. That's crazy.
Oh, so we just crossed that bridge there.
Yeah, I think that was it.
Yeah, let's go this way. Let's take the stairs down.
Okay. I'm just gonna look out this side here real quick. So sketchy. So we are way down there. And then here is them building itself.
And the tower off in the distance. Our house over that way.
I love your vlog. I like traveling with Matt because then I feel less bad about vlogging because then I don't.
I'm the same way.
I know we just vlog the same thing.
I'm like such an idiot, but it's like I want to remember this stuff later, so I have to tell it to my video camera.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm writing stuff down.
Yeah, exactly.
I want to remember the facts.
We're the smart ones. Other people have watched these videos and like, I'm glad, like, because they were with me when I was traveling. They're like, I'm glad you did that because now I can watch it. And I'm like, see, I told you. Do you want to walk down this way or?
Yeah, I want to do the stairs. Jeez.
Oh wow.
You were just up on that bridge.
Dang. That's not that loud.
Sorry, Akbar.
Okay, down?
Yeah.
Okay, you go first because I'm vlogging as I walk and I don't want to fall. Wow, that's loud. Okay, I'm gonna throw out some more facts as we're walking down these things. So, oh my gosh, that's a loud bell. I'll let it pass as I'm walking, but no, okay, I'll try to talk. Oh, there we go, we're good.
Is this where the golden statue?
Wow, they just keep going. This is a golden statue that you could see from the top, or the bottom. I can't hear myself. I'll turn it back on when it's less noisy. Here's the last look.
The statue's 5 meters tall and is, what was it, 2,000 kilograms?
Yeah. Right, yeah.
Something ridiculous like that. And you can see off in the distance how much.
So loud. Okay, we'll pause it and then I'll tell you the cool facts. Yeah, so we're up, we're at a lookout spot right now. It's kind of actually sketchy because like, look at that. Like, it's just down really. It's kind of sketchy to step on.
The rain goes down, but so could your shoe.
Yeah, it's just, vertigo. It's like, oh my god. But yeah, anyways, so we're up here, so we thought this would be a perfect time, and there's no bells chiming right now, so we thought it'd be a good time to spew out some facts. So the one I want to toss out is, I already mentioned like the tower, about the height, how it kind of matches one of the highest mountains here. But it's also pretty cool that the location of this church it's an equal distance from both the water and the mountains. Do you know what the distance is, or just that now?
Just that it's equidistant.
That's just equal. It's crazy, so that's a really cool thing. For the windows, the way that they design them, like Jesus said, I am the water, I am the light, and stuff like that. So for some of the designs for this, Gaudi, is it Gaudi? Gaudi. It's Spanish.
Catalan, not Spain.
Yeah, they're still a part of Spain. I'm sorry, but you are. But yeah, yeah. So he designed different window panes that were, some were really yellow to represent the light, and there were some really blue. And then what were the red ones to represent? Is that for
that's the Passion.
The Passion. So yeah, that was pretty cool. And so for these towers that represent the disciples, they've got the names actually, boom, all the way up. So that's pretty cool. There's so many cool things about this. It's just like crazy. Do you want to talk about the trees and stuff? The tree design?
The trees, essentially, it sort of starts off. Did you want to talk about just the fact that they're basically these basic columns? They end up with these basic ribs all inside. They're quite basic, and they use different materials. All of the columns are sort of a different size depending on how much load they're required to support. You can sort of see in the floor pan we've got here. There's the thicker ones are closer to the middle because you're trying to support a 170-meter spire there. Going off from there, there's sort of stronger materials in there. There's very few ribs at the beginning, and then as they sort of spiral, they spiral up a little bit, and they, in addition, they also they multiply. The number of ribs multiply as you go up.
It's pretty cool, and then they kind of branch out in some spots to kind of look like trees. So that's pretty cool. And when Gaudi was designing this, he designed an area where 1,000 people could sit for a choir, and he wanted the acoustics to be really good. So he created a hyperbolic design for the arches or whatever, so that there would be no reverberation or whatever from the choir, so it would sound perfect. So that's pretty intense. You could go on all day, I think.
Well, just look at this. In this alone, you've got the artificial light, the fact that Gaudi balanced outside light and inner light. How it's not stained glass up at the top of the church.
Yeah, he did that on purpose because he wanted natural light.
And then even up here, it's supposed to look like trees. So you've got sort of the palm, you got the texture in there. In addition to everything spreading out.
Yeah, it's just crazy.
Should we keep going down?
Sure, we keep getting followed by this guy. But yeah, it's just crazy. Awesome. Definitely if you come to, whoa, there's a gap there. But if you come to Barcelona, definitely this is a must to come see. What's the, you've stepped over already.
€16 well spent.
€16 well spent. And we're contributing to help make this finish. So if you guys come when it's done, you'll know that Matt and I helped build this. So we're pretty awesome. But yeah, this is giving me vertigo walking down here, so I'm gonna cut this camera until I get down. So yeah, talk to you later. Take some pictures.